Turkle Train.
How did he make that happen? Mommy, how does it hand over and then fire came out of nowhere?
Aloha.
Aloha.
And welcome to the Circle of Untitled, our fire pit here at Aulani. The Untitled is a common moorhen that brings the gift of fire from the gods down to mankind. And here at the Circle of Untitled, we share a different kind of makana, a different kind of gift. We share the mo'olelo, or the stories of our kupuna or ancestor. Nanika ala namalele kamali nani ao ela eki iana ikamakani o
He's a real man, right?
e akamoa e aliau e aloha o ela ikanu na tanaka e lave mai ari ikameho aina ahe aina wakalana mai na tukuna mai alo lukulo ake ala ele no kapahu alo lukulo ake ala ele no kapahu It's all right if some of you want to come and sit at the back of the fire here. I'm going to come from behind here. There's some space along the ledge here. It's not the most comfortable, but it might be better than standing. Right. Okay, so the song I just sang was called Pupu A'o Eva. And it talked about the shells of this district called Eva, compared them to the people, beautiful shells, to the hardworking people that live there. So I'm going to tell a couple stories about shells. All right. How many of you are from California? Okay, so you can go shell collecting there. How many of you are from Colorado? I suppose. Okay. No shells in Colorado. Well, so hi, buddy. Where are you from?
Colorado Springs.
Oh, you're Colorado Springs guy. Okay. So I'm going to tell two stories about shells. The first story is about the shell that I had.
To that man.
Anybody know the name of the shell? Conch shell. Yes, it's a conch shell. They would get in their canoes, go out, dive down, retrieve the shell from the bottom of the ocean, remove the animal that lived inside the shell, make a puka. Everybody say puka? Puka. That's a hole, and it made a sound just like this. So that Hawaiians call this shell the poo. Everybody say poo. Poo. Okay. Now, and that's because that's the sound, the exact sound that it makes. So we're all going to play our conch shell this evening. Everybody put your hands together. We're just going to go. Very good. So in my story, when I call for the conch shell blowers, everybody loud and clear. Where are you from, sir? Seattle. Woo! Seattle. Do you have any roosters in Seattle? Yeah. Or all the Seahawks get them. Okay, I need to crow over rooster 3 times. I'll point to you, loud and clear, cock-a-doodle-doo. Wake up the dawn, make Seattle proud. Okay? Is that a yes? Yes, okay. Ikabaka Hiko, in the days of old, there lived a chief by the name of Kiha on the island of Hawaii at Waipio Valley. Now Kia was well loved by his people, for he was a fair and honest ruler. However, lately his patience was being tried. Above the valley in the region seldom traveled by man lived the Menehune. How many of you have seen Menehune while you've been here? Yeah. Some of you brought your own with you. The Menehune are the little guys that worked by night and slept by day, just the opposite of the people in the valley. And recently, the Menehune acquired a conch shell, just like the one that I have here, and used it to gather their people to work. Everybody. Very good. This sound would keep the villagers awake all night long. And the next day, fishermen fell asleep in their canoes as it rocked back and forth and came home without a catch for lack of sleep the night before. Farmers complained that their digging stick called the O was too heavy to wield in their lo'i, their taro pouches, because their bodies were just sapped of strength from not enough sleep the night before. And women accidentally hit their fingers with their kupu, their kappa beaters, because their eyes were just too bleary from no sleep the night before. Away! No ho'ie. Everybody try that. Away! No ho'ie. Alas, alas indeed. One day, as our chief was playing a game of konani, checkers with one of his courtiers, in ran a guard shouting that they had found the thief who was stealing the chief's prized ava. As the guards entered, they're followed by an elderly man, bent back and long white hair. Following the old man is a huge yellow dog. As they made the old man bow before the chief says to him, "Old man, why have you been stealing my ava?" "Excellency, it was not I who took your ava, but my dog here, Lele. He knows that my body has been racked with pain, and he brought me the ava so that I can live out my last days in comfort." "It is an offense punishable by death," yelled out one of the chief's courtiers. "Both you and your dog will have to pay with your lives." As he spoke, our chief could not take his eyes off his huge yellow dog. He knew that there was something special about this Ilio, and so he asked, "Old man, where did you get your dog?" "Excellency, several years ago after my wife's passing, my own son married and moved with his wife's family there to Pololu. I was left to tend the lo'i all by myself, and it was back-breaking work. Each night I would come home and my body would be racked with pain, and I would fall right off the bed. One day, as I stuck my oar into the ground, I heard a yell come from behind the bauke grove that bordered my land. When I went to look, sure enough, there was a little yellow puppy there licking its paw, who had been injured. I picked it up, took it home, and nursed it back to health. I named him Lena for his bright yellow color, and ever since then, been my constant companion. Everywhere I would go, Lena would tag along. And now, I didn't mind working in the lo'i, for I had my little puppy there to keep me company. One day, I noticed a loose stone in the walls of my lo'i, and as I went to push it back in, I slipped in the mud and fell on my back. But before that stone could come crushing down on me, a wondrous thing happened. A huge yellow dog knocked it aside, lifted me out of the mud and onto the bank. It was my poor Lena, all grown up. I knew then that this was no ordinary dog, but a kupua, a spirit dog sent to guard me the rest of my days. When I could no longer work in the lo'i, poor Lena would bring me the ia, the fish, for our dinner. He would bring me the kalo, the taro, so that we could make our poi. And on those nights, when my body was especially racked with pain, he would bring me the ava. Excellency, I did not know where the ava came from, but I was ever so grateful, for it is the finest I have ever tasted. As he spoke, our chief heard a ringing in his ears, just like the sound of our conch shell. And an idea came to him. He says, oh man, you can save your life and that of your dogs if you'll get UKULELE to retrieve the shell used by the menehune that keep our people awake all night long. But he must be back before the break of day, before the rooster crows 3 times, or you will lose your life. As the elderly gentleman bent down and whispered into the dog's ear, he saw a tear running down the face of poor UKULELE. For our dog knew that if he was not successful, this would be the last time he would see his master and companion. He wagged his tail, barked 3 times, woof, 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 and headed up the mountainside. As he disappeared behind the line of UKULELE and koa trees, darkness descended. Now, our dog knew that he would have to create a diversion and he had to find where the menehune kept the shell. And so as the menehune awakened and headed off to work, they were surprised and delighted at the sight of a little yellow puppy dancing puppy. Everybody, puppy mode, puppy mode. Now we're going to go cookie, 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 and holy turn and turn and cookie, 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 and holy turn. And it's our puppy turn. The menehune turn. Our puppy turned faster. The menehune turned faster. And so all the menehune were spinning like kukui nut tops. Eventually, they all dropped from exhaustion. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Our puppy made sure that all the menehune had fallen asleep once again. He ran through the village searching for the shell. He saw it tied from a post in one of the chief's homes. Turned back as his large dog self, reached up and grabbed the shell between his mouth. Tiptoeing out of the village, being careful not to awaken any of the menehune. When he reached the border of the village, he began to run down the mountainside. And as he did so, the wind passed through the shell, making it sound. The menehune awakened. They ran to the home where the shell was kept and saw that it was gone. They heard the sound once again. And they took chase down the mountainside. As poor UKULELE is running on the mountainside, the shell is getting heavier and heavier between his mouth. Accidentally will drop it, chipping off one of its points. He picked it up, determined to make it back to the village. But by this time, the menehune had already caught up, and they're just about to pounce on our dog when we hear the first row of our rooster. At this, most of the menehune returned to their mountain home. However, there were a couple still intent on grabbing our dog. They reach out for him a second time, and we hear the second crow of the rooster. At this point, all the menehune return to their mountain home, for they know that if they're caught by the rays of the sun, that they will be banished to that netherland between the level of the sky and the mountains, never to be seen again. Our dog raced under the rays, spears of the chief's guards, placed the shell at Kia's feet. Kia picked up the shell, examined it, called the old man to enter. As the elderly man enters, we hear the last crow of the rooster. Old man is about to bow. Chief says to him, old man, ku'iluna, Dad, your dog has succeeded in bringing us the shell used by the menehune that keep our people awake all night long. From this day forward, it will be known as Kihapu, or the conch shell of the chief Kiha, and will only be used to announce the birth of new chiefs. Our fishermen will catch all the fish that we need to feed our village. Our farmers will grow all of the kalo or taro for our poi, and our women will make the finest kapa throughout Hawaii. You and your dog may return to your home, where my guards will provide you with all the ava you need to live out your last days. And so, as the old man and the dog return to their home, they're accompanied by one last sound of our conch shell. Everyone? I'm going to repeat the name of that little tiny fish that transforms himself into many different shapes, and that is, repeat after Uncle. Humu humu.
Humu humu.
Nuku nuku.
Nuku nuku.
Apua'a.
Apua'a.
Go ahead, blow on the fire. Harder.
Like a video, click the subscribe button.